4.4 Polynomial functions. Here we go. Get you an easy one to start with, alright? There you go. From yesteryears. If f of x equals 2x squared plus 3x, find f of 2y. Go.
2y goes where x is.
Good. Good. You take what you're finding, they give you the function. The function is f of x equals 2x squared plus 3x. Find f of 2y. So this goes in for these two x's. So you have 2 parentheses, 2y, quantity squared, plus 3 times another 2y. And then you what? You simplify her down. Yep. Follow your exponents, follow your order of operations. So 2y times 2y gives you 4y squared.
Oh, wait, I didn't know.
So far I've asked you to do 2 times 2 without a calculator. I know I'm evil. And now I'm going to ask you to do 2 times 4 and 3 times 2. This is stressful, I understand. Please take your time. 2 times 4? 8, very good. 8y squared plus 3 times 2. 6y, and there's your answer.
Oh, so why is it 8y and not 4y?
Because you got to multiply that 2 with that 4. See how you square it? Square it first to turn this 2 into 4, and then times it by another 2 to get it to 8. Okay? That'll come back. We got some definitions and stuff in between here and there, but this will come back. Okay? Don't forget about this, all right? Let's move to said definitions now. So, as we move through the rest of this chapter, we're going to start talking about polynomials more and more, because that's kind of what we did with the synthetic division, right? We were dividing by polynomials, used your exponent rules within them. This definition, a polynomial in one variable, it looks god-awful because of the notation for a polynomial when you're talking about it in just general terms. Okay? And that's this mess here. This is the generalization, and this is the way they have to write it, for any polynomial you would talk about. It's ugly, it's messy. Here's what it basically means. You have one variable, you have integers as your exponents, and you have and your coefficients are real numbers. Okay? So like 8x to the third plus 3x to the second plus 2x plus 1. Okay? Anything you synthetically divided, that's a polynomial. Alright? It's what we've been working with. It's what we worked with last section. Alright? So please don't get spooked by that ugliness right there. It's really just a generalization. It's an ugly generalization. It's like y equals mx plus b for polynomials. Okay, makes sense. So these 2 lines here are pretty important because you'll have to do this. Polynomial is written in standard form when the values of exponents are in descending order. So you go from the highest and you work your way down. Alright? Also just like how your synthetic division problems are set up. Alright, x to the 5th, x to the 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st, so on. Okay? Seen these 2 before? Yes?
Yes.
Remember those? Degrees are what?
Value of the greatest exponent.
Value of the greatest exponent. Thank you, Dimitri. Okay? It's the biggest exponent you got. Your leading coefficient is the coefficient that goes along with that degree. Okay? If it's as long as it's in standard form, it's the first number. Okay? Key word, standard form. And then the white box, they give you some examples. Okay, the cubic one, this quadratic. You won't have to name them. I will say at least quadratic. Quadratic we should all know by now. Cubic, maybe not. The cubic is just a cubed. Okay, so if I ever say that cubic function, that's what I mean. But after that, they've put the generalization there again. So that's about it. So first off, state the degree and leading coefficient of each polynomial in one variable. Okay, now what one variable means is that you have one variable. Okay, in case I didn't make that clear the first slide. One variable means you only have one variable. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So the first one here, just degree is your biggest exponent, so the degree of the first polynomial would be what? 5. So degree of 5. And then the leading coefficient is the coefficient that goes with that degree, which would be 8. Comes from right here. See that? Okay. Biggest exponent is 5. That number with it is 8. Okay, makes sense? Second one. What's wrong? There's a y. And not the problem that there's a y, there's a problem that there's a y and an x, which means it's not in not in one variable. You won't have too many like that, okay? Most of these will be polynomials that you can work with, but just so you know, that's what one looks like. Alright, what's the degree on number 3 down there?
8.
Degree is 8. Good. What's your leading coefficient?
3. Oh, wait.
-4. Good. It's what goes with it, not... Okay, it's not whatever is in front, it's what's in front when it's in standard form. This one's not in standard form. So if it's not in standard form, you don't... The leading coefficient's kind of misleading. Because it won't be leading. Because it's leading when you're in standard form. But if you're ever not in standard form, then it'll just be whatever coefficient is attached to that degree. Okay? Your degree and leading coefficient will always come from one term, whether it's in the front or not. Alrighty? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Everybody? Good. Good. Great. Next, here we go. Okay. I'm going to let you guys try this one first. See how we do, okay? Find 2f4. Find 2 of f of 4 if f of x equals x squared plus 2x minus 3. So like I said, do f of 4 first. We know how to do that. Plug 4 into the function. So 4 in here and here. So we got 4 being squared plus 2 times 4 minus 3. 4 squared is 16 plus 2 times 4, which is 8 minus 3 to give you 21. So f of 4 is 21. What we got to do to it?
Times by 2.
Multiply it by 2. So 2 times 21. So 42. Okay. That's what a number in front of your function notation like that means. 2 times the evaluation of f of 4. Okay, I didn't know if we'd covered that yet or not, so I figured I'd throw a soft toss in there first. Okay. Everybody good with that? Great, let's crank it up to 8. Any questions? Marty, good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
I'm going to help you get started here, okay? A little messier, huh? A little bit, okay? Here's what I would do. How many different times are you going to evaluate your function? Ooh, boy. What does Mr. Mormon mean when he says evaluate my function? Well, we need to know. How many times does f show up in my problem? 2. Here and here. I have 2 parts of my problem. Split it into 2 parts. And then, well, this one we're going to do what? Yeah. Okay. So, split them off part by part. Okay. So, find f of 3c minus 4. There's part 1. We'll do it in blue. Minus 5f of c. We'll do that in red. Okay. So, that means that 3c minus 4 needs to go in for this x, and don't forget your negative 3. So, we'll do this part first. Parentheses. 3c minus 4 squared plus 2 times 3c minus 4, parentheses, minus 3. Okay. Now, something we need to work on is foiling without writing it out twice. Okay? Everybody see the 3c minus 4? The first one? See how you're going to square that? Okay. First off, it is not 9c squared plus 16. Okay? This is where mistakes happen. Please, for the love of everything good in the mathematical world, do not just put the 2 to each term. You are squaring a binomial, which means you need to FOIL. Okay? Now, there's a shortcut to foiling. I don't know if you guys know this or not. There is. Okay? And here's how you do it. See the first term?
Yeah.
3c. Square that. What's 3c squared? 9c squared. Great. Okay. Pay attention now. This one's the tricky part. 3c times negative 4.
Negative 12c.
Negative 12c times 2.
Negative 24c.
Wait, why?
Yeah, makes sense. Square negative 4? 16. Here's why. If you write this out, I'm going to do it up here. I can't do it right in front in the evaluation part, but I'll do it right here. 3c minus 4. 3c minus 4. First, 3c times 3c, 9c squared. 3c times negative 4. 3c times negative 4. Negative 12c. Negative 4 times 3c. Negative 12c. Negative 12 minus 12. Negative 24. Negative 4 times negative 4. Positive 16. Okay? If you can save yourself that step of having to write that out in full, you save yourself time. You're not rushing as much. Okay? Just be careful with that, all right? Second part, distribute the 2. So plus 6c minus 8 minus 3. And then through all that, you got to what? Get your like terms. So 9c squared. Oops. Minus what? 18c?
Yeah.
8, what? Plus 5, all right? Okay. So there's your blue part. Easy enough. Any questions on my blue part? Okay, your red part. Ignore the minus. Take care of the sign afterwards, all right? The red part, we need to do 5 times f of c. So, we're going to replace these x's with what? C's. Okay, that's easy enough. And then we're going to multiply it by 5. So 5 times c squared plus 2c minus 3. Distribute the 5. You get 5. Let me make sure. There we go. 5c squared plus 2c minus 3. Put that in parentheses. And blue part to red part, what operation we doing? Subtraction. Okay. You've done these before. You've done function evaluations before, but not quite like this. Okay. This is like your freshman year function evaluations, kind of on steroids. All right. These are a little more complicated. Yes, they are. I'm aware. I see it. All right. But this is kind of the level where we are slowly you're heading to. Not me. I'm stuck with Algebra 2. Y'all are heading there, though. Okay? This is kind of where the level's going to.
You've already been there.
I've been there, done that. Okay? I'm doing it right now. Okay? This is kind of the level of stuff that you're heading to. So it's important to understand your function notation and how functions work. Believe me, the better you are with functions and how they work and where the parts go, the easier those classes are. Okay? Well, we got to finish up here. Like terms, but first would be better what? Starts with a D. Distribute what? This negative right here. Okay? Make sure you get these. Now, if you want to do a -5 up top here, that's fine too. Alright? As long as you get it someplace. Alright? So you got 9c squared minus 18c plus 5 minus 5c squared minus 2c plus 3. Go get your like terms. C squares give you 4. C's give you -20. And constants give you 8.
Wait, shouldn't the -3 be -15 because you distributed 5 into it?
Ah, crap. Thank you. And the 2 should be a 10, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I completely botched that, didn't I? Wow, on video too. That's wonderful. My bad.
Because I was just thinking I got -28C, and I'm like, how'd you get 1?
Yeah, I made a boo-boo. See, mistakes. They happen to the best of us. So let's see, this should be a -10 then. Plus 15. Which will,
28, and then plus 28.
yeah. How embarrassing. So 5a minus 2 in first. So we go 5a minus 2 squared minus 5 times 5a minus 2 plus 8. Alright, let's see how we're getting here. 5a minus 2 is quantity squared. 5a times 5a? 25a squared. 5a times -2. -10a times another 2. -20a. -2 squared. Positive 4. Positive 4. Alright. Like I said, if you still like any of these little tricks I ever show you guys, whenever I show you the trick, I think you're ready for the trick. Okay? I think you're ready. Alright? Now, whether you are ready or not, that's up to you. You're a big kid. You know. If you still need to write that out to FOIL it, please do so. Don't sit there and think, well, Mormon expects me to write this, now I'm going to do it. Nuh-uh. We all learn different paces. I don't care. If you aren't ready for that trick, that's fine. I don't, just still go FOIL it at least. Okay? Write it out twice, FOIL it out. Okay? When I show you guys a trick, it's because I think we're ready for a trick. Alright? Distribute the -5, so that gives you -25a plus 10, and then we got a plus 8 at the end. Don't forget about these last numbers here. People forget about that a few times in a row, and then it's like, oh no. Go get your like terms, so we got 25a squared. Let's see, -20 minus 25, so -45a. Is that right? Plus 22. Okay. Cool. So that's the left half. Now let's do the right half. Into there and there. So let's see here. 2a into your x's. So 2a, whoops, probably a little too far to the right there. Let's move that guy just a little bit. So 2a, he is squared, minus 5 times 2a plus 8. And these all need to multiply by 3 from here. So start cleaning up your insides. 2a times 2a becomes 4a squared minus 10a plus 8. Still need to all be multiplied by 3. So that gives you 12a squared minus 30a plus 24. What sign's between these two? Plus, so you don't have to change any signs. Go get you some like terms. 25 plus 12 gives you 37a squared. Negative 45 minus 30. 22 and 24.